The most beautiful cities in Nigeria mix natural nature with thoughtful design to create truly remarkable locations that are well worth spending money on and setting aside time to see. Of course, there are additional variables to take into account before deciding to call a place beautiful, such as the social structure and logistical considerations. People and their actions have the power to drastically alter how attractive a city is. Human activities, such as proper waste management and adherence to traffic regulations, considerably contribute to environmental preservation. Before we continue, please subscribe to this channel for more interesting and amazing videos. Top 10 Most Beautiful Cities in Nigeria 2022. Abuja, FCT. The city of Abuja is the federal capital of Nigeria, and it has all the trappings of a capital territory: big, beautiful buildings, well-planned roads, and recreational parks. In fact, the city had to dedicate roughly 4 years to the demolition and removal of all buildings and structures which did not conform to its master plan. The building and rebuilding phase was a painful one, but now that the city has taken shape, all can see that Abuja is truly beautiful, with its mix of government office buildings, residential areas, 5-star hotels, shopping centers, green areas, and beautiful roads linking everything together. Lagos, Lagos State. Lagos was once the capital of Nigeria, and so one can expect similarly impressive structures on ground in the city. One of the main talking points is the Third Mainland Bridge, an engineering wonder that links the upscale island area of the state with the mainland, and offers such a taste of rare beauty that many people have never seen. There is plenty of architectural beauty to be seen in the Lekki axis of Lagos. Many beautiful mini-cities and estates have sprung up there, including Chevron Estate, Victoria Garden City, and many others, and they usually have opulent mansions, beautiful roads, shopping centers, and green areas. There are also plenty of beaches throughout Lagos, and the people flock there especially on weekends to relax their nerves from the stress of living in Lagos. Lagos also has a legendary nightlife, as well as beautiful shopping centers, and so many other attractions. This is the financial capital of the whole region, and that adds to the upbeat nature of the metropolis. Calabar, Cross River State. Just like the two cities listed above, Calabar was once the capital of Nigeria. In the natural sense of the word, Calabar is the most beautiful city in Nigeria with its rolling hills, flat beaches, and forests. The city is so well planned. Calabar looks like London with trees lining the roads, and beautiful houses, some of which were occupied by the British colonialists. This is a very historically important city. A visit to this city without checking out the museum would be incomplete. There are relics of slavery as well as the famous Ibom monoliths to look out for. The Calabar Carnival is another important part of the city's culture to see. It has become the biggest street carnival in Africa, and has boosted tourism. Calabar is the tourism capital of Nigeria. The Obudu Cattle Ranch, as well as Tinapa, are two of the biggest tourist attractions in Nigeria. Jos, Plateau State. Jos, in Plateau State, is a place of great natural beauty. For one thing, it is located up in the hills, and has all the forests and valleys and plains that make a place naturally beautiful. Jos used to have a large number of expatriates. The weather is very cool due to the high altitude, and so the Europeans and Americans found it to be similar to their original homelands. The architecture is European, the houses and estates are very well laid out, and most of them have lawns in front of them just in the same fashion that Europeans do. There are parks and green areas scattered around the city and state, and although Jos, and the rest of Plateau State have their problems, it does not take away from the beauty of the city. Furthermore, there is a very liberal, and communal atmosphere in Jos. The people are very friendly, and they welcome visitors to explore their city. Akure, Ondo State. Akure is a place of natural beauty. It is the capital of Ondo State, in southwest Nigeria. Akure is a place where nature has been allowed to thrive. In Akure there are beautiful houses, wide open streets, and plenty of greenery. Akure also has plenty of hills and rocks, many of which are important tourist destinations. Idemra Hills are another important tourist location. It is a place in which the people used to stay up in the mountains for safety until recently when they descended from the mountain, and now occupy the foot of the mountains. Idemra Hills is on the short list to become a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The site receives thousands of visitors every year. Many people come in to see this natural wonder, as well as the stream, the surrounding forest, and the natural attractions surrounding the city. Kaduna State. Kaduna is naturally beautiful. There are beautiful forests, grassy plains, and hills in this city. It is one of the best places to go driving around town with family and friends. For one thing, the roads are great, and there is minimal traffic to worry about. Kaduna is not just about natural beauty, it is also a place of beautiful architecture. Kaduna is a major commercial center in Nigeria. The food markets are wonderful places to visit, they are bustling with activity, and the people are very friendly. Kaduna has shopping malls, green areas, and then there is the legendary Kajuru Castle in Kaduna, which is a great place to visit with family and friends. The castle is a Roman-styled building, complete with a pool, battlements, watchtower, and great hall. It gives visitors a taste of how European nobility lived in medieval times. It was built by Germans. Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Port Harcourt, in Rivers State, is one of the most beautiful cities in Nigeria, and has been so for a long time. Even before independence, Port Harcourt was an important administrative and commercial area in the country. The colonial powers maintained residences in this city, and those buildings became models after which most of the newer buildings were designed. Port Harcourt has been built over the years to be impressive. There are many bridges in the city, due to the fact that there are many rivers, channels, and streams all around the city. The roads are very good, which makes driving around the city so much fun. Port Harcourt is the capital of Rivers State, which is one of the biggest producers of petroleum in the country. There are therefore some of the finest hotels and restaurants, as well as shopping centers and theaters, and green areas all around the city. Enugu State. Enugu is in the southeast of Nigeria. It is one of the states with both natural and architectural beauty to boast of. The city used to be based on coal mining, back when coal was a very important commodity. The city has now grown in diversity and beauty. New Haven is still one of the biggest attractions to the state in terms of beauty and architecture, but there have been changes since the city was established in the 60s. Now, New Haven also has commercial areas added to the residences. There are also shopping centers and theaters, and nightclubs, and hotels all over the city. There are also many similar estates and residential areas all over the city. Enugu also has many hills, forests, and green areas scattered around it. Traveling around the city is like climbing hills and going down valleys. From the hills one can see the forests, rocks, hills, and so on. Owerri, Imo State. Owerri is another city in the southeast. It has recently become the holiday and recreation capital of the southeast of Nigeria, with more hotels than can be counted. Owerri has a legendary nightlife scene. People travel in from all over the city just to taste of the nightlife. Owerri is full of hotels, restaurants, and shopping malls. However, the city's beauty is not restricted to its architecture. Owerri also has natural wonders like the Oguta Lake, Imo River, and the beautiful forests. Visitors can also tour the Ada Palm Plantation, and Mbari Cultural and Art Center. Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Uyo, in Akwa Ibom is another city in the southeast or south-south of Nigeria, and one that has become notable for its beauty. One thing that has made this city unique is that its development has largely been recent. That has allowed the government to properly plan the layout of the city. For example, the roads are beautiful, and lined with solar street lighting system. The Ibom Le Meridian Hotel, in Uyo is a masterpiece in design and architecture. The hotel also doubles as a golf resort, and so it is great place for holiday makers. The most beautiful cities in Nigeria are scattered all over the country. That gives visitors a plethora of options in diverse climate conditions to visit. Anyone who dares to explore Nigeria would spend a long time going from city to city. the country has so many beautiful and exciting places to see and experience.